Listen, vision. Listen, vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
All right. Hello there. Welcome to the Swerv Show.
Hey,
everybody.
How you doing?
Hopefully everybody can see everybody.
I can see everybody.
We are all Skyped up. So, welcome into our homes. And it is April 29th. Is this the last day of April, or do we have another day in April? We have another day?
One more.
Yep, one more day.
Ooh, it's
Tomorrow.
May? It's May already? Jesus.
May is here.
Friday is May 1st.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, well, anyway. All right, so look, y'all. Let's get it moving. We got myself, publisher of Swerv Magazine, Jamil Fletcher. We got your day in orange. He wore orange for a reason. We've got L Train.
Hey.
Cut his hair. And Tony Nelson. All lit up.
Am I lit
All
up?
right.
Y'all like that light? Y'all like
Yes.
that light?
You got your ring
Spotlight.
light. Hey.
Spotlight. It's funny because there was an interview with Billy Porter on Good Morning America, and you could see the ring in his glass. It made me think of Tony. Anyway, y'all, we got our March, April issue still out on the stands with George Mizrahi. So that's hot. Pick it up if you haven't gotten it yet, and look out for our May, June issue. And then we, of course, also have advertising opportunities both on the show and in the magazine. And just hit myself up, Jamil at swervemagazine.com. All right. Looks like somebody just clicked on. Anyway, all right. Well, let's get it moving, y'all. News. And it's only one thing to talk about.
Rona.
Paula Abdul's tour.
Who?
Paula Abdul's
tour?
Paula
Legends tour? A Legends and Lip Syncing tour? Oh, no? Okay. All right. Oh, never mind. Coronavirus. That's what we have.
Corona. Sorry.
What is that? What's going on with the coronavirus, y'all? Thoughts?
It's here. Rona's attacked, and Rona act like she don't want to go nowhere. And Georgia to open up restaurants.
Did they really open up? Did they really open up restaurants?
They were showing on the news that restaurants with the salons was empty. I don't think they got the turnout that at least in Atlanta.
Good.
Yeah, I think the mayor had been on a campaign, the mayor and the two mayors in the neighboring counties.
And Michelle Obama is calling people.
I got a call from Michelle Obama today.
They say stay in the house.
Yes.
To sit down.
Call me.
I don't know, it was a robocall, right? But so who else opened up? California opened up some beaches. The folks were all over on the beaches and everything.
They are on the beach in California. There was some really big party going on in Chicago.
I saw that was cool.
Oh, with the black folks?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were
foolery.
At the time, and
some of them had on masks and some of them did not.
At that point, with that many people on top of each other.
Right.
But, can we ever? How long will it take for us to want to be in a crowd like that? I don't know. It's going to be a minute if I'm able to be in a crowd like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a ball game, a concert, a movie, none of it.
Yeah.
Unless I got a vaccine. I need a vaccine.
So with the beaches and some of these other things that are open, honestly, the way I feel about it, you want to open it. I just feel like if you partake, you should get a special little stamp that lasts for about 2 or 3 weeks. And if anything happens, it's on you. Like, I'm sorry, this is going to sound cold as hell, but you go out and do some dumb shit, then dumb shit should happen. So,
the reason you can't go for public safety is because you will infect other people. if you do other stuff. You go get infected, and then you go start living your life, and you infect other people. Somebody's got to pay for that.
They do. And I mean, you kind of have to think about the people that you do come in contact with, whether or not you yourself have any reaction to it or anything like that. You could really be putting somebody else in danger. And I don't think people are thinking that far ahead.
Well, they were showing something on HBO the other night about when they first made the announcement to discourage people from going to public events. There were still sporting events. Italy had a big soccer match.
Mm-hmm.
Said that was responsible for much of the spread. And then we had NBA games out on the West Coast and everything. That caused the spread. So I'm not going to see no sports events. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, I never was a big sporting event. You know, honestly, I'm not. I have a little bit of an aversion to crowds anyway. Believe it or not. I mean, I go. You know, you do things because you have to, but I prefer. I don't like to be balled up in a place. But with that said, there is some promising news about Dr. Fauci was saying that this one medicine that they're working on is showing a lot of promise, and the people who they gave placebos are not healing as the people who gave the actual medicine are healing like 35% faster than the people who they gave sugar placebos to.
Nice.
My mother also said that.
I got my fingers crossed.
My mother said that was it Yale? They are having some really, really good. They are working on something. That might be the same thing that Dr. Fauci is talking about. But she said one of the hospitals in North Carolina has announced that they have some promise with some drugs also. So,
but they also
they don't get a handle on it. They said they don't get a handle on it, and if the country is not prepared, we're going to have a hard road to hoe.
Yeah.
Come the spring. I mean, come the fall. And the reason why I hope I'm not jumping ahead. The reason why Trump is pushing.
He's concerned about this election.
Well, he's willing to sacrifice people in hopes to kickstart the economy before the fourth quarter, and if it does, then he'll have a better chance with the election. The thing is, I don't know if that is the moral thing to do.
I mean, there might not be enough people alive to be.
They were also talking about, I think it's the UK. I think somebody over in the UK was studying. They had already had a jump start because they were working on. It was like supposed to be another strain of the corona they were working on, and so they were saying that the lead-up work that they had already for that kind of gave them a jump start to working on this. So, and that's supposed to be hopefully promising coming.
Yeah, but the other thing is, catch this now. It's starting to penetrate the food supply.
Yeah, Tyson, Smithfield, those are the two that I know about.
The meats, particularly steaks and
Chicken.
And chicken. So guess what? I'm going to the store to stock up on tomorrow.
Yeah, I went. I stocked up on some meats of the day, but and then this might be the time for me to start my long hoped for vegetarian diet.
Yep.
Oh, whatever for that.
Well, it's funny because I was thinking the same thing about this is the perfect time to at least start playing around with more plant-based foods. You know what I mean? I mean, this whole thing with the warehouses and the meats and
well. Let me say this really quickly. Bill Maher I just love Bill Maher because
I do too.
His conversation is so elevated, and he was talking about how we are so hard on the Chinese because they eat bat soup and they cause all this, but then we go watching shows like in America, like the Tiger King or whatever his name is, and it's basically the same thing. Is abusing animals, and then he made the point that, and are we any different than these wet markets in China? Go look at some of these slaughterhouses and some of these places where they keep these chickens. You know, they keep them on top of each other.
Oh well, you know, they say if you ever see a chicken manufacturing plant, you will not eat another chicken.
Right. He said they're on top of each other, they peeing on each other. He said, so, you know, and this was the thing that really disturbed me. He said, and do you realize that 90% of not cows, pigs have pneumonia before they're slaughtered?
Oh wow.
90%. He said 90% have pneumonia before they're slaughtered. He said they just inject them with a bunch of hormones, a bunch of antibiotics, which in turn gets put into your body.
Which is responsible probably for the cancers we have.
Right. So it's something to think about. It's just like, damn, I like a piece of chicken.
Ooh, I got me some fried chicken in the fridge now, so I'll just close my eyes, and that'll make me immune to all the.
So I mean, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
I don't know. Grow our own vegetables in the backyard. Anyway, y'all, I had another news item.
What's up? Talk to us.
So, Howard University is announcing this new layout for their campus. I think we have a slide. Do we have a slide?
They need to do something up in there.
We're finally getting ready to do, and I'm gonna read something. Do we have a slide? There it is. Catch this, y'all. So we're gonna renovate Burr Gymnasium. They're gonna construct a new Center for Arts and Communications. So I don't know if this means they're gonna cut down Crampton. Then they're going to they're raising all of the buildings between Bryant and College Street. So that's a lot, man. They're gonna cut. They're gonna. That includes WHUR and WHUT, so the television and radio stations. So we're getting all new buildings.
So that's probably why they're merging. Because I was getting ready to say, you said that they were doing a whole new communications building, which will probably be them moving.
Oh, they need one, right? Yeah.
And all of that all into that one building.
And this is supposed to all be completed by 2030. So
I can see that. That's 10 years.
I got my fingers crossed.
The way they're throwing up condos on corners.
Well, the whole area, but you know, back in the day, Howard used to own a lot of that property around there. So they piece by piece, they sold it off. I mean, they've even restructured Meridian Hill, which is a prime real estate off of 16th Street.
But didn't they sell those dormitories? That was at the top of
They have an arrangement. They didn't sell the property totally.
Oh, okay. Because I know they're supposed to be like condos or something like that. I gag.
So is this already budgeted?
You know what? I said the same thing. I was like, y'all got money? Because a lot of these schools they're gonna have trouble opening. Like, are we gonna have a class in the fall? That's the question.
And then, I mean, with the cost at it, you know, the cost for tuition for that school as well.
They got to do something. They can't keep demanding $40,000 on a name.
I mean 40. It's 40.
Yeah.
A year.
Because that campus looks a mess. When Norfolk
renovations.
When Norfolk State socks it to you, you know you got a problem.
Well, we got new dorms and stuff.
I forget my glory days of going down there and visiting Reggie Red Alley Cat in that costume shop.
Mm-hmm.
And the rats.
There are no rats on Howard University's campus. There are no rats. I've never seen a rat on our campus before. I've seen rats around the campus on Georgia Avenue, but never ever on the campus.
That costume shop. They were running around through that costume shop rampantly.
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen a rat on our campus. I'm just gonna say
that costume.
You're delusional.
I think Lukeman is watching as we speak. Actually, he'll tell you they used to be down in that costume shop. They be running up on them doors. I mean, I'm talking about big rats. I'm like, oh.
I'm not gonna co-sign that yet because I
heard
didn't
they
see
were
it.
in the dorms too.
I lived on the dorm. I never saw a rat there. But
that was
how long ago was that?
1982.
Oh, that was over a decade.
Yeah, it was a long time. All right, yo. So I got another item. So there's been a wave of transgender murders in Puerto Rico. Are y'all familiar with this?
No.
They've hit like 5 in the last month or two.
They're not using the girls over there either. That's
Something's going on. They're saying the politicians are doing, are spouting all these hateful messages about the transgender folks. I'm like, don't y'all have some real problems in Puerto Rico? Like y'all can't keep the power and the infrastructure?
Yeah. Well, you're ready to say, have they even rebound? They still haven't rebound from the hurricane, right?
No, I know I'm not going over there. Are you going?
What I find interesting though is that
earthquakes.
Yeah.
Right.
What I find interesting is, trans. Well, I'll put it like this: a lot of the trans girls, as far as I know, are revered in places like places like Puerto Rico.
Well, in certain countries, once Christianity hit there, then the evangelicals just kind of turn people. I mean, the Africans and the Indians had, great respect. It was like, right, like you said, they were revered because they were two-spirited.
Two-spirited, right. Right.
I've never known Puerto Rico to be necessarily that conservative, though. Like when I've gone, they seem like a very liberal group of people.
Right.
Just as it is. So I'm really surprised that something like this is going on. And then for the politicians, what politicians are we talking like?
Oh yeah, like they're well, not their president, I guess their governor. The former one was spouting off some information, No, it was the man. The one they got rid of.
Oh well, there you have it.
And it looks like it sounds like there's some others, but we had to keep our eye out on this situation because no one's talking about it. I've not seen anything about it in the news.
The woman that you're talking about is the mayor of San Juan.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, right. Because I remember she was the one who was calling Trump out for his non-support. That's why I remember
every single time.
So I don't know if it was her or not. So.
Wow. But I think Rona taking over and your crazy president has been taking up his foolery. Maybe that's everything gets lost in the foolery between Rona and the foolery.
Well, he was the worst person to have in place to manage this situation, and that's what they warned.
This is what the Republicans wanted, and they got exactly what they wanted.
Well, I don't know what they want. I don't know what the senators. Where's Congress? I mean, they're gonna have to take over. Congress is gonna have to take over. So,
we could just if we can get him out in November, then we ain't got to worry about it.
Now the question is, if we vote him out, like Bill Maher says, do you think he's gonna leave voluntarily?
You don't have a choice.
Right?
Does he?
But he'll be around.
That's never been challenged before. You know that.
And he's going to talk, and he's going to all of that. He's going to be like the sideshow. He's always going to be the sideshow.
It just has to be very clear.
But we're going to be paying
question.
Right. It needs to be a landslide. All right, y'all. That being said, the census is still hot. So if you've not completed your 2020 census, you need to do so. So let's run that clip, PJ.
In America, we all count, no matter where we call home, how we worship, or who we love. And the 2020 census is how that great promise is kept. Because this is the count that informs where hundreds of billions in funding will go each year for things like education, healthcare, and programs that touch us all. Complete the census online, by phone, or by mail. Shape your future. Start here.
Okay. Right. All right. Well, y'all, you still got time to complete your census, so go do it. You got to be counted. Tony got a blank.
Yes, he do. I'm not mad at it. Bless the Lord. Amen. Amen and amen again. We're going to sip on communion. Everybody take a sip.
Look at Tony. So anyway, sip. There you go.
Tony, where's your cocktail?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There we go. Yes.
There we go. All right, y'all. Cheers.
Cheers for the blanket.
So let's talk about some hot topics, y'all. So this Diamond and Silk. Are y'all familiar with these two girls?
Why are they still around?
Yes. So look, Fox has banned them now because they've been spreading. Yes, because they've been spreading misinformation and conspiracy theories about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So they're off of Fox.
So which means they have no platform because that's the only platform that was allowing them to be on there to speak freely.
I hope those girls got paid. I hope they made some money. I do.
I think they paid them in Kool-Aid packets. I don't think they paid them anything. I don't. I think that, I'm telling you, they just want to be out there.
Fried chicken.
They just want to, right.
Because they can fry their own fried chicken.
Those two girls.
He probably paid them in Kool-Aid packs.
And strawberry kiwi snapple.
Yes.
It was that little short haircut to me. Oh, baby. If I could just boxed her one good time.
What?
Because she never had anything to say. It was like, Oh, they infuriated me. I'm so glad to see them gone.
Those girls.
Say.
But look, those girls got invited to the White House. Like they were dignitaries.
Yeah, because they were
there. Look who was there. That's why.
If you toss presidential salads, you'll sit at the table.
Those girls got invited to the White House. And my question is, who are they?
Clowns.
They were
They are clowns.
Exactly.
Were they community organizers? Were they writers?
They are. They're very famous dance duo called Step and Fetch It.
Right. Bojangling.
That's terrible.
And every time I saw them on something, all I could say was, I hope you girls are getting paid goob gobs of money. Goob gobs.
It's that one with that little short wig on, though. That's what I really want. Are they sisters? Are they related?
I don't think they're related. I think they just two good Judys.
They just took it to a whole nother level for me.
Well, then you got this other chick. What's her name? Candace Owens. I can't stand her either.
Her 5 minutes are running up. Her 5 minutes are almost up because she's been spreading misinformation about this virus like it's a hoax too. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, girl, I know if I see you in public, you're gonna have a mask on. I'm sure, a mask and gloves like everybody else.
Hopefully
not. What do y'all think about Trump now? But Trump and Pence. Well, Pence went to the.
Oh yes.
The mayor without a mask on and
the whole hospital.
At a hospital.
And he said that he didn't want to.
At the Mayo Clinic.
He's been the Mayo Clinic, and he's been tested every so often, so he knows he doesn't have it. But like David Letterman made a really good point. But you're such a jerk. It's not you. It's the other people. People are sitting there suffering, some dying from this, and they're looking up at your privileged ass with no mask on. That's just so inconsiderate of you.
Mm-hmm.
He's the devil anyway.
Those tests could be used for other people.
Well, what they said though is that just because the test only verifies whether you have it at that moment in time.
That's not the point.
If he was tested walking in, he might have been positive coming back out because we're at a hospital.
But the point is that they've been talking about testing. It
is selfish. It is absolutely selfish to put yourself in a position to where you have to be tested so often when there's such a shortage of tests.
Right. Well, to them, they don't consider. Well, first of all, I mean, you've got to ensure the safety. You got to protect the administration leaders. You got to do that, no matter who's in office. But that means you just don't need to be going certain places.
Well, the point of the matter was that was an opportunity for them to really show some good leadership. Because it was really, really an opportunity. And this is one time that I'm hoping that Trump is right. I'm hoping that the governors who wanted to open these cities up are right. That it's time. We don't want to see anybody else die. But this is the opportunity for you all. You all have missed so many chances to show yourself as good leaders, people that we might not agree with your political policy, but we know in a time of trouble, you are going to lead us through a crisis. You never really felt like with Ronald Reagan. You might have hated on his policy, but you knew if something came up, this old
he was going to make some decisions.
This old goat will get you through it.
Him or Nancy.
These guys have managed to foul every golden opportunity that was handed to them.
That's why I don't understand why Congress has not stepped in yet. They've got to take over. Congress is going to have to take over because he's a fool. Anyway, so what else do we have? We've got The Last Dance. Well, I'm a sports fan, so I don't know if y'all been watching this. This is this sports documentary on the Bulls that last season for their sixth victory. So it's pretty amazing. Michael Jordan was such a cutie pie back in the day. But it's pretty interesting. Talked about Rodman. Rodman was all over the place. What's so funny? What y'all laughing at, Tony?
You had a whole moment. You had reminisce.
Right.
But I don't know if I'm going to get to it. This is serious. Michael Jordan's wife. Do you know how much she got? Do you know how much Juanita got?
When she
168 million.
And when she got it, that was the highest paid ever at that point.
She didn't have a prenup. She got 168 million from that. I know she was like, "You can play all the basketball you want, baby."
Yeah.
She was like,
she got paid, and so did Will Smith's ex-wife too.
Really?
Oh, but she didn't get none of the good money. All the good money came after the divorce.
Oh, but Juanita
she got lifetime. She got lifetime alimony, and as long as she doesn't remarry, and she has not remarried yet.
Yeah, she's paid.
And remarried. I thought she remarried.
She remarried the minister, a bishop or somebody.
Okay. But anyway,
with Nicole Richie. Nicole Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
And your girl Holly.
Oh yes.
Kelly's wife. It was what the first lady's first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ex celebrity first exes or something. Because
Prince's ex was on
right.
that.
Prince's wife was on that. Right. Yeah. And Kelly.
Kelly actually had a wife.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, that was interesting. So you should watch that. I think they got more. I think it's a 10-part series, so they're just going to stretch it out. So we'll see.
That's what she said.
I was amazed. They didn't talk about that divorce yet. I'm sure it's coming up because that girl got paid. But he didn't have a prenup, but he got a prenup with this new girl.
And he ought to.
That's smart.
With the white girl that he's with?
She ain't white. She's Latino.
Oh.
Does she identify as Latino?
She looked like a white girl. She's a white Latino woman.
I was getting ready to say something real fierce, but I'm gonna be.
I.e. Christina Aguilera.
She's not that white.
Or more like Selena Gomez.
Like Selena Gomez. She's more like Selena Gomez.
So she got a little collar in her.
Older, and he had a baby by her. They have a baby.
Oh really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And all right, so Kanye West. What's the deal? He was excluded from the Forbes list. This is an old cover. He was on cover Forbes a while ago. What's the deal with that, L Train? You know anything about that?
So I just think that this is a very tone-deaf fight that he is putting up. You have people who are out there waiting for a $1,200 stimulus check just to make ends meet. And this Negro is out there upset because they released the list of billionaires and he was not on it originally. And then he started bringing out receipts about how much he made, which was $830 or $890 million, something like that, which should qualify him as a billionaire. And all these other things, and then said that it was supposed to be close to 3-point-something billion. And I just think that first of all, I think it's ignorant. And then who fights to be recognized for being a billionaire? Like, what is he getting from that?
Just like his idol, Donald Trump.
Who also lies about his money, which is why we've never seen his tax
returns. Right.
I just think that is very tone deaf. Like that's a rich people issue, if you want to call it an issue, and that's definitely. I mean, how do you even say that you're for the people? Like, I don't know who this Kanye is anymore. I really don't. Like,
that's what everybody's been saying. This Kanye ain't college dropout Kanye.
Well, I will say that I don't really know. I mean, I don't know too much about Kanye West myself. What do you think, Tony?
I think that he fell into that he heard that spoon click on the side of the cup. And he fell down in the hole.
Uh-huh.
When he married
The Kardashians.
Whatever that woman's name is.
Don't blame it on them. Those girls are sane and they're socially conscious.
They have a track record of ruining men.
Yeah.
And coming out unscathed.
They scalp them. Scalp them, and those men are no good when they're done with them. It's like they suck all their life out of them and then leave them for dead.
Every single one has been a mess when they left.
Every single one of them. And they look for black men in particular.
My niece said the sunken place. She said the Kardashians are the sunken place.
They are. Hey, if you've seen Get Out, that's the Kardashians.
The Kardashians are the sunken place.
Separating the Fruit Loops.
Can somebody please just walk over?
And they love black men. What's this thing with them and black men?
What'd you say, Lawrence?
I just want somebody to walk over to Kanye with a camera and with a flash and just flash it a couple times and help bring this brother back. Do something that's gonna just jolt him to where he's like, oh.
How about we just
bring
give
him
him
back to his real spirit?
How about we just give him to donate some of this money to some black causes like the HBCUs around the country? Who are going to be in trouble? Who are going to be in trouble in the fall? You know that.
He gonna get him some money when he can come and do his Sunday morning service.
He did that at Howard. Yeah. And my question was, somebody need to tell me how much we got for that. If it wasn't at least $1 million, then I am not happy.
Yeah, if he's fighting Forbes to let everybody know that he's a billionaire, how much have these other places been getting off of these concerts? Come on. I don't know. I just want to see George Bush doesn't like black people, Kanye to come back. I want that Kanye back.
That's over. That ain't who he is. He is a billionaire now. He's a part of the billionaire circle.
We lost
allegedly
mother. That's what we lost.
Yeah.
That old Kanye is great with his mother.
He snapped.
Anyway, well, let's move on. So I want to show that trailer. There's a new show coming on HBO Max, whatever the hell that is. Called Legendary. Can we run that clip, DJ?
Welcome to Ballroom. DJ, pump the beat. Are y'all ready to see a battle?
The goal is to be legendary, honey.
Ballroom tells a story in many different ways.
It's more than dance. It's performance, art, and fashion.
Work! Woo!
Legendary.
The ball is where it all goes down.
Are we all having a good ass time?
One of you will make history while the other one will become history.
Ballroom is here.
It is one of the greatest American art forms that's ever been created.
Legendary.
Kitty to cat, cat to cat, Shawan.
Teddy Riley over there.
Well, yo, that looks fierce.
We got an echo.
Hello? No?
We're good.
It's gone. Okay, there we go. Great.
So that looks fierce. We got to get in on that. Yeah. My question is...
I'm not interested.
Huh?
I don't know why I'm not interested.
Well, we're ballroom saturated now,
I want to see. I think I want to see how they're gonna do it. I'm very, very interested in seeing, because basically they're taking the ball to TV.
What's like a reality show? I get it.
Yeah,
but my question is, what is HBO Max? Is that one of their streaming properties?
Their stream
situation. Yeah, it streams through Apple TV and Hulu and stuff like that.
Oh. It wasn't worthy of being on the main channel because all that crap they have on the main channel, I don't watch that.
Is it Insecure on Max too, or is it on regular HBO?
It's on regular.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's only 30 minutes.
Well, it was 30 minutes?
Insecure, yeah, it's a 30-minute show.
Oh, 30, yeah, which doesn't make sense. It should be an hour.
Basically 15 minutes with commercials.
But this thing with the ballroom, I'm always concerned whenever they do something mainstream around ballroom. I always want to find out from the insiders, like Shannon
Well,
Jordan's right. Like, is this real?
But you also have to understand too. I think the difference is because the ballroom community is very, very, very protective after Paris is burning.
And super picky, yes.
Super. But I think because Leomi is spearheading it, you have people from ballroom who are leading it. You see what I mean? And so
she's spearheading it, is she?
She's one of the I don't know if she's the host. But I know her and one of the guys that was on the dance crew with them. He was also in Pose. Also, he was the dark skinned child that was what's your name's kids, the opposing house. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I do not.
I never watched Pose.
I watched it, but I'm not good with remembering the houses.
Sorry. But we'll figure it out. But this is my question. You know, we've done a profile of Leomi. She wasn't on our cover, but she was on the group shot that our good friend Mike Ruiz took. Who actually we've been emailing each other last couple days. So he's pretty nice, good guy.
He's an amazing guy.
But yeah, so Leomi, call us. We need to do something on you. It's about time we do something else on her.
We gotta do send her a message. She'll do it.
Let's do it. We need to do something on her. Her story. She needs to write a book. Did she write a book yet?
I know, but she's been touring in Japan. She's actually been touring all over the world. Well, I know shut down now. She ain't touring nowhere.
Do you remember the Nike commercial they did with her for Pride? I think it was 2 years ago.
And she was in Willow Smith's video. With my hair. With her on the floor. With that was her.
My niece is on and she said, yes.
Yes, niece.
Someone said Marquise Foster is one of the judges. You know Marquise, the designer that was on Project Runway, who we featured?
Yes, Marquise from New Jersey.
Yes. He is such a cutie pie, baby.
He is a cutie. That good old nice chocolate. Yes.
When they cut him off of Project Runway, I was like, I am not interested.
Watching.
Yeah.
No longer interested. Anyway. Okay. Well, we got to look out for that. That's it, May 27th?
Yeah.
Okay.
May 27th.
That means I got to get another streaming service. Can't it just come on Netflix or something?
I think we should just wait and get the free trial.
Pretty much.
Do you have Hulu?
Right before.
No. I got cable. And now it comes with Netflix. Hallelujah. So, anyway.
All right, Denise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Who's Denise? I don't know who Denise is.
Niecy from the Clark sister. She was the rejected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
What?
The rejected sister.
The one that was dark skinned on the film, but light skinned in real life.
Yeah, they made her the dark sheep.
That's the one.
That was real. That was real subtle, but I caught it.
Yeah,
I caught the shade.
Right.
She had like 10 children, something like that.
And she didn't really. She was on the program at her mother's funeral.
Oh, she just kind of ambushed.
They made it look like she ambushed.
And speaking of that, Kiara Sheard, Tamar interviewed Kiara Sheard.
Yeah.
And asked her about that.
Oh, really?
She was on the program. Why? And Kiara had some reason. It was more to it than how the show showed it versus why they were really upset with her. But she said she did a whole lot, and
well, according to Denise.
Denise needs to come out with her new album and everything like right now.
She doesn't.
No, her vocals were not what they used to be. I'm sure.
She worked on prison ministry in California.
I'd rather hear Dionne Warwick sing Whitney Houston classics before I listen to Denise sing a song.
Yeah, when I heard her sing,
was that you making bad on Dionne Warwick?
I believe it might be safe to say was she always the weaker of the five?
So that's
I thought she was pretty strong, and like the stuff that I heard from her, she was good.
I think early days she probably was stronger. I think Jackie was the weakest.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it was all five of them, I think that now that she's been gone, she ain't been utilizing that tool. And just like anything, if you don't exercise a muscle, it'll go whack.
Yeah, like she was the Shaka Khan of the group.
Oh,
really?
Mm-hmm. She was a soprano. Like she was a second soprano, but she was a soprano in the group, and I mean, she held it down.
Okay.
Well, yeah. But before the night ends, I did want to bring up one other topic, y'all. So I was watching. I saw part of this clip. Susie Orman was on Cameron Hall's show, and she says, "Do not pay your bills."
She sure did.
She said, "Cash is king. You need to hold on to the cash. Call your bill collectors, and make arrangements."
Make arrangements. I made arrangements with my mortgage.
So I love
mine and make an arrangement. Mm-hmm.
When I heard her say that, she said, "Do not pay your balances off and all that stuff." She said, "This is not the time." And she said, "For me to say that, that's really important because I would never tell you that, but unless it was real." She said, "That's like she said, cash is king."
And she said we need to have a mandate of 0 interest on everything until this stuff subsides. So I'm calling all my creditors and say, "Look, I'm willing to pay you, but I need to pay you 0 interest for now."
Yeah.
I mean, what they gonna do? Can't foreclose on nobody. You can't throw nobody out. You can't turn off nobody's power.
So I am not a financial expert. I am not going to pretend to be, and I'm not going to fight Susie on any level at all because I think that she's fairly brilliant many times. One thing I will say, and once again, let me preface this by saying I am not a financial expert. One thing that I would say, however, is I think that if your employment outlook is strong and you know that your income will continue, if any of your creditors are offering 0% interest, this may be a good time, even if you do it just for one of them, this may be a good time to get some principal payments in on your debt to lower that in a way that you would not be able to lower it before.
Yeah, she said that also.
Okay, so yes, I didn't see it, so I didn't know.
Yeah, she said if you could get if you could get your interest off.
Yeah.
But she's saying most people are not going to do that. She said if you're lucky, fortunate to do that, she said then you could pay your principal. She said, but if they charge you interest, this is the time to defer those payments. Yeah, she did mention
This is the thing, though, Lawrence. You don't know what you don't know what the future of your financial status is going to be because this thing is so fluid, and everybody is going to start cutting budgets over the next 2 months 2 weeks to the next month. Everybody, no one's into it.
And also, she was saying that and she said, if you are in the situation this was a little biting, but I got it. She said, if you're in a situation where you can't feed yourself, you can't do this, you can't do that, she said, this is the perfect opportunity for you to reflect on how not to be in that situation the next time this happens.
Oh, right. She said to save some money. Right.
She said, stop spending a lot of money. She said, the next time this happens, make sure you have some money.
Well, I mean, one thing, I follow Susie Orman for a long time. She has pushed for people to at least minimum. She said you should have at least minimum 3 months of your goal is to have at least 3 months of all of your bills.
She said 6. Well, 6 the other day.
She said, well, at first her minimum was like minimum 3. If you can get to a year, you're really, really good.
Unless you're a corporation, and then 2 weeks and you're good. Because after 2 weeks you want to bail out. But I'm sorry, but go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad.
But anyway, y'all. So that's real.
Right. A couple of shout outs to Ephraim is on, Antoine Wilson is on, Shaquita Lee was on. Hey
Shaquita.
Yeah. Thank you. And Ephraim said the guy name was Deshaun Wesley was the name. That's from that's doing the thing with Laomi. Yeah.
Oh. We gotta give them a buzz. And BET was supposed to do something similar to that. I hadn't heard anything about it though. So, I mean, the ballroom scene is hot now.
Tyler Perry took over BET.
Oh.
But you know what though? Like, for what it's worth, Tyler Perry may have taken it over. He's also given them some ratings that they did not have. I'm telling you, BET was falling.
Well, I watched Boomerang. I've seen some of that. That's pretty good.
I watched a couple episodes from the first season. I couldn't get into it.
It was okay. 20s, I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Not either.
I was like, the Lesbian Chronicles. Is that what this is?
Like the L word.
Bunch of shows in BET.
A whole plethora.
Oh my God, Sisters.
Oval.
The only reason I watch Sisters is because the boys are cute, and the girls are beautiful too. But the story is like,
and, your boys.
I enjoy Sisters. I will admit it.
Can we speed it up though?
It'd be good for me, but it's tasty.
Y'all know
Can we speed it up?
Y'all know one of them is Beyonce's first cousin. Did y'all know that?
One of what?
One of the girls on Sister.
Must be the light-skinned girl.
Her last name is Beyonce, which is Beyonce's mother's
maiden
name, which is how she got her name.
Mm.
Yeah. It's like it's YINCE. I read an article on it.
I want to see which one it is. One of the four girls?
They said she was one of the sisters. I've never seen the show. The article just talked about that she was on the show, and then before that she was doing behind the scenes work with Beyonce and Tina and all of them. She had done a lot of music business stuff for them. Oh. So she's been in the realm with them, but she has a role on Sisters.
Actually, there's some talent. There's some talented performers, but the writing is just so slow. Takes forever. Sherry Belafonte's on there.
I really would like to see Tyler Perry, and I know people have railed against people saying this, but I'm sorry. I'd like to see him employ some. He's employed. They say, well, he's putting black people to work. Put some black writers to work. Put some black writers to work. We have black writers, so there's more than just talent. Than actors. He needs to put some writers and some directors to work.
And there's some great writers out there, obviously.
It's amazing writers out there. And I'd like to see him do that. I'd like to see him do that. And
my niece said,
can't invest my time in any more of his shows.
I'm with you. My niece said, I would have preferred for them to bring girlfriends back instead of making the new show.
They can't pull together. I agree.
Well, I knew you could just recast it.
You think a mashup, Blackish and Sisters? Girlfriends? How was it? I missed that.
It was
good?
Cool. It was, it's one of those little reunions. It was that episode was I think every show on ABC that night did a reunion based on somebody from... Right. Yeah. It wasn't like the Girlfriends reunion, but they brought all the girls back from Girlfriends.
Oh, gotcha.
Just like her old college friends or something like that.
Gotcha.
Rainbow's college friends.
I did finally. I started watching Black as Fuck. It's so good. I enjoy it.
Good.
I watched the first episode. It just didn't hit me. I was like, eh.
I think you got to get to the second, second episode when they go to the Coachella Light concert and the mother gets high.
The Butterfly Festival.
Baby,
that thing is hilarious. It's hilarious.
Your first episode is setting up the plot.
Oh, so because I was like, this is like a raunchier version of Blackish.
It is. It's really unfiltered. It's very much like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Because which was the same. It has the same concept because Larry Kramer, whatever his name is, he was the producer and writer, creative Seinfeld, and then he did his own show, and this is very much like that.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
It's not as well done as Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I think it's catchy.
So I'm gonna have to give it a chance. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, I liked it. I've been hearing a lot of people say they didn't like it, but I liked it.
There's an episode with Tyler Perry in it. Have you seen the episode with Tyler Perry?
No,
Well,
I
I've
haven't
only
seen
seen the
Tyler
first
Perry yet,
episode.
but I stopped watching like halfway through it because I got into something else. But I know Ava DuVernay is in it. What's her name?
Oh.
Leah
Waithe.
Lena Waithe has been in it, like 2 episodes.
Wow.
And they're in the same episode. Tyler,
Right.
Leah, Ava. Who's the one who did Girls Trip?
You know
Will Packer.
Will Packer, and there's another.
Well, he was in the first episode. I saw that part.
But like they're all together in this one episode. I'm telling you, the Tyler Perry episode is one that you might want to watch. It's really good.
Okay. I'm going to give it a chance.
It's really clever. It's really clever because they kind of being very critical of each other's work, and it's just really, it's really cute. I think it's well done.
I agree.
Check it out. I just finished Ozark. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I haven't watched it yet.
Ozark is phenomenal. If you like criminal crime stuff, you would like it.
Okay.
It was good.
Is it violent? Because the other night,
yes, it's violent.
I can't. And the older I get, I can look at graphic sex scenes. I don't care and all that stuff. But the older I get, I cannot look at violent movies. The other night, was it Sunday night? I decided to finally watch Django Unchained.
Oh, I can't watch that. Mm-mm.
I could not. I could not get through. I just couldn't watch it. It was just too much. It was too much.
Yeah, that movie disturbed me vehemently. I mean, I was actually getting ready. I was on a date and we went to go see it. And when the scene with he has them fight in the bar while he's drinking, and they're fighting in the bar, I got up and I was going to walk out. The guy had to come get me. I said, "This is ridiculous."
See, I saw Django Unchained. I was like, okay, it's not historical, so I was okay with it. Not okay, like, oh, this is all right, but it didn't hit me the same way. But for me, it's movies like I saw Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan.
I haven't seen that yet.
That movie had me infuriated. Like I was like, I need to watch some cartoons before I go back to work tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to get fired.
Like 12 Years a Slave. I've only seen that once, and that's all I can take.
Well, Django Unchained, don't get me wrong, it didn't bother me because the slave thing.
We got 1 minute, people. We got 1 minute, y'all.
What got me was the graphic violence. I just people's heads blowing up like water.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little bit much.
I'm talking. Well, all slave movies are violent, but I'm talking about the gun violence and that.
Well, Ozark is a little different. Watch the first episode, but it's violent now. Don't think it ain't violent. But anyway, it was good.
You need to have somebody wrap their arms around you while you watch it.
I do.
That's what it is.
Social distancing right now. That's not happening.
Yes. PJ, how are we on time, PJ?
10:55.
Oh, okay. So
we about 1 minute.
Yeah.
PJ, can I hear you?
Said a
Hey,
minute.
can you hear me? We have about 1 minute.
Said a minute. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you guys want to share?
I have started watching on YouTube. The guy. I don't know if you all watched. Was it Signal 23 shows or whatever on YouTube? But Tripped Unplugged.
Tripped Unplugged. Never heard of that.
So he's been in like Tex Brown and a lot of those. He does a lot of stuff now, and it's really good. Like I've been watching his stuff on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel and everything, and it's really interesting. It's called Tripper Plugged, and I've been watching that. That's been the YouTube content that I've been watching outside of a few podcasts that I love. And that guy he's a great storyteller. Like I really enjoy it.
I love
to check him out.
Like he talked about the first time he topped somebody, the first time he bottomed, the first time he went to a bathhouse.
Oh, this is my kind of show.
Yeah, it's really good, and they're not
another gay men's memoir. All the gay men are writing these memoirs.
It's not even like they're always sexual. Like some of them are funny, some of them are, even though maybe a sexual topic, it's a real approach to it. Where it's like the first time he bottomed when the guy used hand sanitizer instead of lube. You know?
Oh no!
You know what I mean? Is he in his 30s? He must be in his 30s.
I want to say he's late 30s, like approaching my age, but
Right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you guys want a great banana bread recipe, Miss Christy Teigen, it's been all over Twitter.
Oh, really?
How to make it? I'm telling you, it's got like about 1,000 likes on Twitter. Christy Teigen's banana bread recipe. Get the book. Or
that girl can cook.
Hey, when I say I live Christy Teigen,
she's amazing.
But this banana bread recipe, I kept reading about it on Twitter. And I said, I got that book. I've made it today.
Is it good?
Is it good?
Oh, it's everything.
Can you put that in a box? Can you put it in a box and send it to me?
I sure can. Christy Teigen's banana bread recipe. I mean, if you go on her Twitter site, almost every day somebody posts, I made your famous banana bread, and it is right. And I was like,
oh, wow.
You gonna make that banana bread.
I don't need the recipe. I need the bread.
I got you.
I've been experimenting with food. I made some smothered pork chops this past week.
All right. Look at y'all.
Really good. So I got a couple of other things, I'm going to try out while we're on, hey, I'm trying all kinds of things.
I'm tired of being a short order cook.
Oh, I love it.
I'm ready to go back out to eat.
I love cooking.
I
do.
I used to say cooking is not my ministry. It's still not my ministry, but I am starting to enjoy.
You're enjoying it?
Are you a deacon?
I just got my deacon status. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we better wrap up. So we're gonna wrap up, PJ. Well, folks, this was fun. It was good seeing everybody.
Yes.
Thank you all so much.
Happy April 29th.
Yeah, happy. Yeah, we'll see you in May. And we'll be back next week. Same time, Same place. How you doing?
Oh, Lord. Somebody that belongs to somebody. Bye. See y'all. Bye.
Listen, vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Oh!